Hi, here's another retrieval practice question. We need to determine whether this statement is true or false. If a line has gradient m and intercept d on the x-axis, its equation is y equal to mx minus md. Notice they multiplied the gradient m by x and also then multiplied it, or the negative version of it, by the intercept on the x-axis. Let's go ahead and use an example to check and to verify whether this is a true or false statement. Let's say we have the equation y minus 2y add 5 is equal to 0. In standard form, we can rearrange this to be 2y equal to x add 5. That gives us y is equal to half x add 5 over 2. So we have our gradient here is a half, and we have our y-intercept, or c, is 5 over 2. Let's see if this applies to the statement where we'll multiply our gradient by the x value and the gradient, negative of the gradient, times the intercept d on the x-axis. We'll find that out and then we'll substitute and see what happens. So to find the intercept d on the x-axis, we must set y to 0, and that implies we're doing that in this equation here, that we have 0 now is equal to half x add 5 over 2. So we have a half x equal to minus 5 over 2, which means x is equal to minus 5. So we know in this statement the intercept on the x-axis is actually d, so we know that this is actually d, so d is equal to minus 5. And this is what we're going to use along with the gradient. So let's check our statement. We know that y now is, we use this, should be equivalent to this, so a half of x minus, our gradient is a half, and d is what we just calculated, which is negative 5. And this gives us a half x, and this is a half minus a half times minus 5, gives us add 5 over 2. So this statement is true. So we have that if a line has gradient m, we check the line and the gradient is here, m is a half, an intercept on the x-axis called the d. So we've checked that we have the intercept on the x-axis as minus 5, then its equation is y is equal to mx minus md, which we've just confirmed here is the same as this equation here. So this is a true statement. Here's our next statement that we need to verify it, whether it's true or false. The line 3y equal to 7x minus 2 has an intercept negative 2 on the y-axis. This is the same as what we call the constant c, or the y-intercept. So let's go ahead and rearrange this in standard form. So that will be y is equal to 7 over 3x minus 2 over 3. Now to find the intercept on the y-axis, we set x equal to 0, and that implies we're setting x here as 0, so this becomes 0. So that becomes y is equal to minus 2 over 3. So our y-intercept is minus 2 over 3, which clearly makes this statement false. Thanks for watching this video. As always, practice, practice, and practice some more. Bye for now.